Hi, Caitlin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Today we're going to review how to solve two-step equations. And whenever you're solving equations, remember you're always using inverse operations. So what do you think inverse operations means?
Well, it's the opposite operation. So for multiplication, it's division, and then addition, it's subtraction.
Exactly. Okay, great. So let's start with a basic two-step equation, okay? And what we do when we're solving an equation, we not only use inverse operations, but we also use the inverse of the order of operations. So for example, a lot of times people use something called PEMDAS as sort of a checklist for the order of operations. Okay. When you're solving an equation, you could still use this as a checklist, except that you're starting from the bottom and moving up when you're solving equations. Okay? So for example, you have a two-step equation here, and I'm going to make like a little squiggly line to show the separation between the left side of the equation and the right side. And on the left side, there's two operations. Which operations do you see there?
I see subtraction
Mm-hmm.
and then multiplication.
Excellent. And so when we're using the order of operations in reverse, we want to again start at the bottom. That means we're getting rid of addition or subtraction. In this case, subtraction. We're subtracting 7. What's the inverse of subtracting 7?
Addition,
Excellent. So we're going to add 7 to both sides of the equation. And what are we left with? Well, starting from left to right, we're left with 9x. And then minus 7 plus 7, what happens there?
it goes away.
Right, it goes away because it equals 0. It's a 0 pair. Then we still bring down the equal sign, and we have negative 7 plus 7, which equals what?
0.
Excellent. So now let's go to our checklist. We can just check off addition and subtraction. We got rid of that. So again, looking on the left side of the equation, what's left? What operation is left?
Multiplication,
Excellent. So we want to undo that. And that's the next step when we are using the inverse order of operations. So what's the opposite of multiplication?
division,
Excellent. So what are we dividing by in order to get x by itself, in order to isolate x?
by 9.
Excellent. We're going to divide by 9 on both sides. 9 divided by 9 equals 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 1x or just x equals, what's 0 divided by 9?
0.
Excellent. There you go. Okay. Now I want you to try the same thing, but with a different equation. Okay? Can you
Mm-hmm.
try this, including writing out PEMDAS as your checklist?
Okay.
Excellent. I see you've made a left side and a right side of the equation,
Mm-hmm.
and you wrote your checklist. Where do you start with your checklist?
Addition and subtraction.
Excellent.
Okay. So it would be -1 on both sides.
Excellent. And what's left?
Negative 9x equals -81.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could divide both sides by -9.
Excellent. Don't forget the negative.
Yep. And that would be 9.
Negative 81 divided by negative 9 is 9.
Yep.
Excellent. Now, I just want to show you something really, really quick
Mm-hmm.
because you could have actually solved that equation using Desmos. Have you ever used Desmos before?
I haven't.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try using it right now. Can you go into Desmos, the Desmos app?
Okay.
Okay, and let me know when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
I'm not there yet.
okay.
All right, I'm there.
Excellent. So when you go into the Desmos app, it gives you a line on the left-hand side. What I want you to do is I want you to enter each part of this equation as a separate expression. In other words, the first line you're going to enter in y equals negative 9x plus 1.
Okay.
Okay? And on the second line, you're going to enter in y equals negative 80.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now look at the graph on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is I want you to expand the graph until you find the intersection points of the two graphs.
Okay.
You're going to have to probably scroll down a bit because that second equation is y equals negative 80. So you want to look to see where there's a line that goes through y equals negative 80.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that?
Yep,
So does your screen look just like mine?
it does.
Excellent. So the best part about this, you now just put in two parts of the equation, and where those two lines intersect, that x value, the 9 here, the x coordinate, is your solution to the equation.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so you can use Desmos to help you with this as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay, it was wonderful seeing you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.